Next up, another Biden moment that makes you wonder how on earth this is our president. Enjoy.
And I had a nurse named Pearl Nelson, military. She'd come in and do things that I don't think you learn in medical school, nursing school. She'd whisper in my ear. I couldn't understand her, but she'd whisper, she'd lean down. She'd actually breathe on me to make sure that there was a connection, a human connection.
Had a nurse that would do things you're never going to learn in medical school. Can you imagine starting off a story like that? Biden has mentioned this story before. He told the same tale to a media outlet during an interview in 2020, just months before the election. Gets better every time, like a lot of his stories. Then you wonder if it ever even really happened. Next up, the Washington Post, desperate for a slam piece on Donald Trump because they know that's how they get all their clicks, dug as deep as they possibly could, but they came up short. Quote, so far, Trump's rollback of regulations can't be blamed for Ohio train wreck. Fact checker Glenn Kessler reluctantly had to admit the media and the Biden administration are lying about Donald Trump with their latest narrative that ran for probably 2 weeks. He wrote, we decided to examine every possible regulatory change made under Trump that could be related to the accident and assess whether it could have made an impact. From our analysis, none of the regulatory changes made during the Trump administration at this point can be cited as contributing to the accident. Kessler was giddy at the thought of being a fact-check hero for the left on this story. They looked through every single Trump regulation rollback from 4 years in the White House. They looked through thousands and thousands of documents, probably over the course of just a couple days at the most. That was how desperate they were to find that Trump was culpable for this thing. Obviously, that's what they wanted to find. And they did all of that work at such a rapid pace. And yet for years, they couldn't make the time to look at Hunter's laptop and find out if the current sitting president is corrupt. Makes you wonder how they never had any time for that story, doesn't it? Sticking with the Washington Post, revealing that San Francisco's proposal to provide $5 million in reparations to long-term black residents of the city is a price tag that was pulled basically out of thin air, we learned. The paper revealing the city-appointed panel didn't develop a mathematical formula. Proposal doesn't even explain who would qualify, but the Post says even if a fraction of the city's 50,000 black residents met the criteria, it would consume a huge amount of the city's $14 billion annual budget. The Post also admits the proposal is not even a recompense for slavery, which was, of course, never legal in San Francisco, but instead for what the committee calls, quote, the public policies explicitly created to subjugate black people in San Francisco by upholding and expanding the intent and legacy of slavery. So they just threw a number out on a board, $5 million. We'll see what comes of that. They'll bankrupt themselves on this fight.